but I would have if you said so a few seconds ago.
Hey, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be taking a look at how to get presets made for your camos specifically when you are jumping into the game. And one of them that I really like to show off is the snow time one that I call. It's mainly for snow maps, so let's jump into it. So one thing that I would like to point out is that if you were trying to make a preset, this is really important. You can see on the top right above my head, you have the presets and you have a plus button. These are ones that I already have. You can see if I click on them, it changes the different camo. This is the one that I will go into detail a little bit later. But let's say I want to change something or I want to save a preset. Okay, what's really important is that you have to click on one of your presets already made. And let's say I don't like the headgear that this guy has on. I want to change it to, let's say, the watch cap. Okay, so we go back, you can see, hey, he's got the watch cap on. That's awesome. I want to save it. However, you have to press plus, and then we'll name this one test as a test to show that when I click on it, there it is. But if I were to go back to the Ranger one that I have made, you can see it already has the high cut cans helmet rather than this. So you have to press plus after you make it. So click on one of these, make all your changes that you want, and then press the plus button, because if you press back and then you get away from the screen and come back to it, everything that you made is going to be gone and it won't save it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, what I would like to show off is the snow time camo, what I use for this one. Main reason I like to use this is for those snow maps, because this will show a lot more clearly in those snow maps rather than something like this. Even though this isn't the best camo, it still is better than something like this or this. So what I have for this is the uniform camo of Tropentarn. I pronounced that correctly. This is going to be a $1,000 or 1,000 currency cost, and just keep in mind as you level up, I would highly recommend going straight into trying to get the camos to your liking, and a lot of this is very much subjective. This is what I personally like to use, but I found that it works really well for giving me some better camouflage against some enemies when I'm using these camos. Tropentarn is the camo to go to, and then for the equipment, I'm also rocking the Tropentarn. Now, you can also get it for the light backpack and heavy backpack. I personally usually don't run too much carriers. Maybe I'll run this, but even then, with that on my back, the enemy isn't necessarily going to be seeing that much of me. So if you're trying to save some coin for some other areas, feel free to go more into the chest rig or your armor, being the vest for that camo as well. Now, there's only a couple helmets that allow you to have the camo that your uniform has, and that is going to be the PASGT. Now, you can run whatever you would like. If you want to run a boonie hat, you can run a boonie hat with that camo on there. There's a lot of different options here, but the biggest thing that I would recommend is finding something that runs the uniform camo. I've found that the PASGT runs very clean with that of the face mask that I have, and the face mask or face wear is going to be the biggest thing. Again, face mask, highly recommend getting something in the same uniform camo. There's a lot of ones that have it. The hard mask does not, but you can see all of the other ones do. And I like how high up the high neck gaiter goes. So that's why I typically run that. You can see it does a very good job bringing that camo all the way up the neckline and going from there. Now, I personally like the slim fit cut shirt on this, and that's why I run that. You have the blouse, which you can see holds that full camo all the way through, which will give you just a little bit more coverage as far as how that goes. I just personally like the look of this. So just something to keep in mind as you are picking these different things. Now, one thing I would like to point out as well, when you are looking at boots, you can see how high cut these boots are and how high up they are. One thing that you might want to do is take a look at the feet and go for the lightweight, because you can see they go to hiking boots and it brings the camo down further towards your ankle and gives you more uniform camo coverage. So just something to keep in mind, which you can see compared to what I had before, being cut right here, it's all the way down here now. For the insurgent forces, it's exactly the same process. You can see there's a little bit less options here. However, this is my snow camo option that I pick. So keep in mind, if you have the DLC, you already have some good coverage for the winter camo. As you can see, you have the Yeti mask, which is a very good job at keeping you good and covered with that winter camo. Now, if you don't have the DLC, then this one is for you. For the feet, I use the sneakers white, and you can see they've got the white and light gray. What you're going to want to look at is, first off, I have the track pants for legs. They are only 400 points here. On the torso, I have the hoodie up camo. It is the black and white hoodie there. For the hands, I personally am running the cloth light gray because those are the cheapest option, and rather than going for something like the cowhide with a light gray. They are going to do virtually the same thing that you have them doing right now. For face wear, I'm personally running a loose fit white, and you can see this is something you can toy around with. It says black A, and they have different options here in a lot of these different face masks and things of the like. So you can see even on the black knot, I have this one. I'm personally liking how this one looks. Kind of up to you on how that goes. Now, equipment, wolf gray is going to be the option that you're going to want to go with here. As you can see, it's going to be not that pure white. They don't have that option here, but it's going to give you that opportunity to blend in a little bit more with that snow or maybe with the urban environment that you're in. This is my recommendation for you guys and gals to be running some of that winter camo and going from there. Now, one thing I highly recommend is trying to get as much coverage on your character as possible. As you can see, from head to toe, the insurgent here is completely covered, and that is because it allows me to move a little bit more efficiently in maybe those shadowy or dark areas, because it's not allowing things like, for example, if I were to take the face wear off, you can see the hair is pretty shiny, and that will show up on screen. Now, if you're going for more cosmetic, hey, go crazy, but if you're trying to go for more of that efficiency and looking for something to really maybe give you some type of edge in regards to avoiding being seen, highly recommend as much coverage as possible, which I decided to put that on. So there. Now, as with everything in this game, a lot of it is super subjective. Do what you want. If you want to make your guy look crazy cool, or you want to make him look more, trying to make him look more efficient and break up the way that he is looking, that way the enemy has a little bit harder time to see, go with whatever you want. I mean, this game is very subjective. It has a good time with whatever you can do. They have some meme-esque stuff in here, especially on the insurgent forces, where you can wear really bright colors. So check those out as well. But this is what I personally like to run on the snow camo, and hopefully the presets helped you out as well. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy, everybody.
I get the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you.